There we go.
Welcome to Monty's Mysteries.
Hello.
Hello. I'm sorry that we were a little bit late. We were having some technical difficulties.
Did you start the Twitch stream?
Oh yeah, I should probably start a Twitch stream. Only me.
This is how every live stream I watch goes, no matter how professional like the live streamers are like, oh wait.
Yeah. This. Oh wow. Hold up.
It happens
People are gonna be like, what the hell?
to the best and the worst of us.
Almost got it.
I am.
Down there in the bottom right, it says start reading.
Oh my, it's not streaming. Okay.
Ah.
Oh, girl.
Wow.
Did it work?
No.
Does that loud noise mean it worked?
No, it means it did not work.
At least her makeup was on point.
Yikes.
Call the cops.
Hopefully we're not
Send an ambulance.
Hopefully
I'm
we're
not
not
paying-
deafening anyone.
I'm not paying
I'm
$5,000 for the wee woo wagon.
Okay, so
Have
I
you seen
guess
that
we
in
won't
everyone
stream
outside of
on
America?
Twitch then, because
It's-
screw me, I guess.
You can just stream on Facebook.
That's true.
Yeah, or Instagram.
Yeah.
You do.
All both.
Yeah,
All at
Okay.
once.
there are options.
I'm just gonna get this ready so I don't look like an idiot pulling out of the frame. Does anybody need anything? I keep forgetting that we're recording right now. What? Literally, there's like 3 hours of every episode that we record that I have to cut out because we just talk about.
Random stuff.
That is
Yes.
how editing goes.
Yes.
Donate.
You only keep like a quarter of the content you make.
Same. Do you know how many of my videos are full of just like me making gross noises that I have to cut out?
Cut!
Me accidentally zooming in on my double chin.
Yeah.
It's happened. Oh my god, my roommate went to go put this makeup on me, and she's like, "Your skin is so dry, the makeup won't stick."
I know, you have flaky skin.
In the
just
winter,
Like,
Mm.
those-
Yum.
Yeah, so she's like, I'm getting you a moisturizer.
you have that crack skin going.
Moist. Ugh.
Moist.
That's not the grossest one. What was the one I said the other night when we were hanging out that was gross?
Penetrate.
that's a disgusting word.
Don't want to go live
It won't?
on my page. No. Oh, duh. There's a big button that says live.
Oh, that was so.
Ew. There's
Unable to find camera, bro.
It's right there.
I see the camera. Do you see the camera?
I swear God hates me.
how long?
Facebook, you dumb hoe.
I'm gonna need to speak with your manager.
Okay, Karen.
I should have gotten the wig.
That would have been
Do
funny.
you think they sell bobbed wigs?
Oh, yeah.
They sell
Like
hair.
Halloween wigs.
You
though.
should have told me I had one.
Did you?
Yeah, in
Okay.
storage.
You have a lot of wigs.
Wow.
If
Thank
this
you.
works too.
The world just doesn't want us to stream.
Oh no.
Did you see if your computer recognizes the camera as the default thing?
It just doesn't find the camera.
Did you turn it off and turn it back on again? That's as far as my level of expertise goes.
That's all help desk can do most of the time,
Hello,
anyways.
Crimson Rose.
Well, hello.
Welcome.
Welcome to this.
We're sorry we're such idiots right now. We're having technical difficulties with our videos.
Trying
But
to.
we will just go ahead and start. I will have. Are you guys okay reading some stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
I'll try to read.
I'm not okay, but like I'll do it anyways.
Hello. Crimson Rose, where are you from?
What up? I'm 19 and I never learned how to read.
How's your Halloween going?
Georgia.
Georgia.
Georgia the
I've
state
been
or
to
Georgia the
Georgia.
country?
Oh,
That's good.
I'm guessing the state.
Hey, I'm guessing the state too, but if it's Georgia the country, that would be cool.
The
That would be
state.
really cool.
Okay. I've been to Atlanta for one day.
I've been to the airport. That's what like everyone says. Georgia, like the airport?
Okay.
I actually have some family that lives there now, though.
Oh, that's sweet.
Do you guys remember Mr. Campos in middle school?
I-
Savannah, Georgia.
I didn't go to middle
Allie,
school.
I guess I'm just speaking to you.
Maybe
here.
we
Oh.
went to some bougie
I didn't have
academy.
him.
Oh, okay. Never mind. He was
Okay.
a fun time.
While we're waiting, we're just gonna start on some Halloween traditions. So since I have Diane here,
Hello.
she's from Mexico.
I am.
So tell us about the famous day.
Okay. So, Mexico, Halloween is not a thing, but they have adopted it. They love their costumes. We love our costumes and trick or treating and all that fun stuff. But the big, like, you know, what do I want to call it? The big fancy occasion is Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, which, as far as I know, Mexico is pretty much the only country that celebrates it. So that whole day is dedicated to honoring the dead by, putting up altars of them, lighting candles, offering food and other forms of offerings. And it has kind of adopted a lot of other fun traditions like the sugar skulls and the parties and what's called a Catrina, which if you've ever seen somebody wearing like sugar skull makeup, that's what that's called. Catrina is a fancy man from like the 1930s, and a Catrina was just like an artist's rendition of that with a skull face for whatever reason, and it became an essential, like a quintessential part of the Day of the Dead. So I actually get a lot of questions in regards to whether it's okay for non-Mexicans to do sugar skull or Catrina makeup for Halloween. And, based on my own research and opinion and understanding of the holiday, I don't think that's an issue at all, because it's like, the Christmas tree at Halloween, Christmas tree at Christmas, it's not actually like a religious part of it. It's just a tradition that's been adopted. So
Yeah.
that's that on that.
I actually almost did a sugar skull look today, but I didn't know if you would be okay with that.
Could have just asked me.
That's
Every
true.
year somebody like messages me and they're like, is it okay for me to do a sugar skull makeup even though I'm white? And I'm like, go for it. As long as you're being respectful, as long as, I personally have more of an issue with like Cinco de Mayo celebrations that people do here, because y'all don't even know what Cinco de Mayo is. And then it's just like an excuse to drink and dress in a very ridiculous, stereotypical way that's honestly just making fun of Mexican culture and being super disrespectful, versus if you're, doing sugar skull makeup and dressing like a Catrina, you're doing it because it's beautiful and you want to like pay homage. So
Right, yeah.
Okay, now we're live on Facebook.
Cool,
Sweet.
cool.
almost 10 minutes into
Yes. We got this, guys.
we are on it.
Okay.
Like it on it.
And then I guess we should introduce ourselves since it's been 10 whole minutes.
Yeah.
But I'm Monty. I host the show. And then I've got
Me? Diane. I'm Diane. I'm the one that's half Mexican and was just speaking about that on the podcast.
mhm.
Yeah.
And then
Devin, what's up?
Devin from Spirit Sessions.
Yes, I forgot. I'm part of Spirit Session.
Yes.
Whoops.
And then we've got
This is Patrick. I am the co-host of the podcast.
yep.
And I'm Nathan. I'm a person.
This is my boyfriend.
Yes. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna awkwardly hand around the computer.
Love that.
Honestly, is there any other way that we as a group would do something than
That
awkwardly?
is true.
It would be off brand for
Yeah,
us.
it would be off brand.
Okay, so we're gonna head on the computer. I'm just gonna have you guys read 2 paragraphs.
I haven't read since college.
This is sending me like back to middle school where we would read
Where they would
Popcorn.
pass something.
Popcorn,
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, do you want to go first?
popcorn.
you don't have to read if you don't want to.
You're the
Okay.
most capable.
Oh, I am, huh? Why is
Well,
that?
I don't know. We'll see.
I'm an engineering major, not an English major.
That's true.
All right. So the Celtics who lived around 2,000 years ago celebrated Samhain on November 1st. It marked the end of their summer harvest and the beginning of a new year. It was believed that on this night, the barrier between our world and the spirit world would break and become thin. Creatures with strange powers and ghosts returned and would wander the earth. The Druids would build huge bonfires, and the Celts would throw a huge party in an attempt to scare away the evil spirits.
Cool. So later Christians basically adopted this as All Hallows Eve because like they were trying to convert all the pagans in this area to Christians. That's what they did with Day of the Dead too. Like, sound familiar?
Don't I know it?
Like,
That's why I'm half Spanish.
so like they came in and basically said, all right, well, we'll celebrate the saints on this night and all the martyrs from the Christian tradition. And when the Irish immigrated here, because the Irish originally celebrated it as Samhain, where all those pagan people live. And so when they came over to the United States, they brought All Saints Day and All Hallows Eve with them. They also brought the tradition of carving a jack-o'-lantern. However, it wasn't carved out of a pumpkin until the Irish came here because the pumpkins were easier to carve. They used to carve them out of turnips, which like
I don't think I've ever even seen it.
I've never seen a turnip jack-o'-lantern. No. And they would stay lit outside of their home, or they would be walked around the edge of the village to kind of ward away the spirits. So that's where that tradition comes from, which is pretty cool. I remember hearing that back in like elementary school or something, but I totally forgot about that. The turnip is kind of lame. But yeah. Here, do you want to read next? Or
Sure, Popcorn Diane.
Popcorn Diane?
So we'll just kind of paraphrase, so just be warned. It might be like Celtic, Halloween, like stupid. Okay.
Trick or treating came from the belief that ghosts would return to their old homes. That ghosts would return to their old homes. Bowls, I almost read that as bowels. Bowls of food or treats would be left outside of the door to appease the ghosts and prevent them from attempting to enter the home. The Celts tried to get the ghosts in a good mood by offering food, so that would work on me. So that
As a ghost.
so that the ghosts wouldn't be angry and mess with their farms and animals. In the 1930s, vandalism became very popular on Halloween night as the trick. So by 1950, people began to give treats out to prevent being tricked. Dressing up as a monster or a ghost was an attempt to scare the ghosts away or make them think that you were one of their own so they wouldn't mess with you.
I like how when it came to America, it turned into bribing people not to like vandalize your house.
Yeah, I'm not sure how dressing as a monster would scare a ghost away.
Yeah.
That seems like
'Cause
some truly infallible logic.
I feel like they'd be like, what?
Like,
That's supposed to scare me?
yeah, like, it's okay.
Bye.
Like you thought.
So in China, they have lanterns that are shaped like dragons and like other animals. And they hang them around their houses and streets to help, spirits back to their earthly homes, I guess.
Yes, China.
Let's go China. And food and water is also left by pictures of their ancestors for like honor and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And in Hong Kong, they have the Festival of Hungry Ghosts, where fires are lit and food and gifts are placed for potentially angry ghosts who may be looking for revenge. But honestly, I don't think there's really that much angry ghosts out there.
Well, the hungry ghosts are what terrifies me. Have you ever looked up like the legends of the hungry ghosts?
No.
No.
Oh my god.
I'm just imagining.
Being cursed.
No, I'm just imagining the one from Spirited Away. What's it called?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember what it's called though.
I almost did his makeup today.
No face, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, that he just like eats everything.
Yep.
Same.
Yeah. Same.
Have you guys like ever heard about the ghost who knocks on doors and offers food?
Can I
Oh
introduce?
my god, it's an abuelito.
Yep. Literally my grandma. Can we do a seance to call him or
Does he charge? Do we have to tip? Is it like
Delivery
DoorDash? What kind of food do you think he makes?
Good food, I guess.
No, he like what he does is he will disguise like your favorite food in order to lure you in order to like.
Oh, he knows.
Oh,
Yeah.
it would work. It would
It
definitely
would work. Don't call me out like that.
All right, and then in Romania, they have Day of Dracula, where a party is thrown at Bran Castle, where supposedly Dracula lived.
I would go.
Can we go to Romania?
That would be so fun.
right now. Let's go.
Yeah. I bet it's only like a cool $5,000.
Oh.
It's fine.
All right, and then I just got some fun facts on Halloween.
Ooh, fun.
Yes. So, Americans spend an estimated $6 billion annually on Halloween.
Ooh.
I have a Halloween
Yeah.
Christmas tree hanging up in my house. I believe it. That
Yeah.
cost a lot.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's the second most commercialized holiday after Christmas.
It needs to be the
It needs to be
one.
number one.
Yeah.
Honestly.
This is so much more fun.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Because like, what do you even do on Christmas?
You heard,
I guess
you heard
I'd be
Dracula's
around your
Castle's
family.
haunted? That would be really cool to go visit it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, next year for Halloween.
Yes.
We're all going.
Live from Dracula's Castle.
Oh.
That'd be so cool.
Spirit sessions on scene with the location.
Yes.
Videos.
That would honestly. Hi, James. Thank you for joining. And yeah, that would be really cool to go investigate Dracula's Castle.
That'd be
That'd be lit.
Any
Hey.
castle would be so
I
freaking
would go
cool.
dressed as a vampire.
Yes. Just go as a vampire, be like, "What's up? I'm home, boys." But yeah, that'd be cool.
Mi gente.
Oh my god, Dracula was like the person that he's based off of, Vlad the Impaler. That guy was not messing around.
No.
He's a spooky dude.
Yeah, he would.
He's scarier than Dracula.
I know,
That's
because
true.
he's a man living in the Middle Ages, a powerful man.
Ooh. He's a man.
Ooh. Okay, and then here's another one that's really interesting. So, we say the holiday again. I don't want to mispronounce it.
Samhain.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, how they do bonfires and stuff. Bonfire is a reference to bones because bones of cattle would be thrown into the fire,
Yep.
which I thought was really interesting.
And
Why,
sometimes when they would crack in the fire, they would read the cracks in the bones to tell someone's future.
Okay.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah.
That's pretty gnarly.
Wait, why though?
Hi, Keen. Hi, Carolina. Thank you
What?
for joining.
Why did they put bones in the fire?
Because it was like a to give it to their deities to get a good. So the
Like a sacrifice.
yeah, like a sacrifice.
Okay.
And so the whole thing of the ritual was the ending of summer, and then the beginning of the new year for winter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like they would also like feast and party because like they were giving thanks for all the food and stuff they would get from the harvest.
Yep.
So it was a good time. People were drinking fairly heavily.
You'd have fun.
I would have fun.
Drink and be merry, you know.
Yes.
And then the Christians came along and they're like, no more fun.
Yeah. I heard the theory, I think, is interesting that they burn people's bones to release their spirits.
Oh,
That is
That makes a
interesting.
lot of sense.
Well, yeah, like a lot of cultures do that when they cremate people.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's like releasing their spirit.
Oh.
Yeah, that does make sense. I
Mm-hmm.
can see that.
Mhm.
That's a really interesting theory.
Yeah.
That's super cool though.
Yeah.
They would also do animal sacrifice, which is a little bit more gory. Modern pagans don't do that as much.
As
much.
As much.
There are some groups of them that still do.
Yeah, I believe it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, you got like voodoo and stuff.
that's true.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then with the colors black and orange, those are usually represented with Halloween. The black is to represent death and then the cold winter that's coming. And orange represents strength and endurance to make it through the harsh winter.
Okay.
Yeah. And then here's this one for horror fans, which probably all of you are because you listen to my podcast. Michael Myers mask. They didn't have
The budget.
the budget to get the best stuff, and so they actually used a William Shatner Star Trek mask.
Oh yeah. they used a shitty Captain Kirk mask.
Yeah.
And they just edited it.
Oh, I love that. I didn't know that.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Why is
God.
that the scariest damn mask to
I
ever
don't
exist?
know.
Oh,
It's a white
man.
dude.
I guess
That's why.
people
Yeah.
weren't as good at special
White
effects.
dude.
Another fun
A
fact.
creepy tall white dude that's following you around.
What was your fact?
I think it was a couple years after Halloween released. William Shatner actually took his daughter trick or treating, and he wore the Halloween mask. I thought that was
I love William Shatner. He's so funny.
That's really cool. And then the owl that is popular around Halloween. That's because in medieval Europe, owls were thought to be witches, and hearing an owl's call meant someone was going to die.
Oh.
Okay.
You don't die.
I think I like owls a little bit more now.
Die. You're all gonna die. Might be.
Yeah, definitely creepy. Oh,
I mean,
and
some owls are creepy as hell.
Oh,
Yeah.
Overall, I think they're just cute as hell.
Some of them are real cute.
The
like
little
little
ones
baby
are
fluffy
cute.
ones.
Oh my
They're
God,
so cute.
yeah.
And even the big ones, like, come on, Hedwig.
Yeah, Hedwig's
Oh,
cute.
Yes, that's true.
It's more beautiful than I'll ever be.
Same.
Hedwig vibes.
So the largest pumpkin, I'm just gonna let you guys guess. How big do you think the largest pumpkin was
Oh,
in
God.
weight?
At least
Wait.
2 pounds.
You're
Good
not
job.
wrong.
Like 800 pounds or something like that.
2,000 pounds.
I'm gonna
2,500
say
pounds.
1,500 pounds.
Okay, it's a little bit less than that.
Oh.
Okay, 12.
1,000?
12.
A little
13.
bit less than that.
Okay, 11.
Crimson Rose, do you have a guess?
We're just counting
Maybe.
down. We're not even guessing. We're
Okay,
just
I'll just give it to you.
process of elimination.
Okay, so in 1993, there was a pumpkin weighing 836 pounds.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh,
my 600-pound life right there.
thick.
Yeah.
Damn, boy, he's thick.
That booty, though.
It was an ugly pumpkin too. It looks like my 600-pound life.
Oh,
Yeah, it was pretty
Ooh,
sad.
Wait, look at
Shot
the picture of it.
Fire.
Okay, we're just. Oh.
The super GMO pumpkin.
I wonder if it tasted good, though.
I think they made pie out of it. Like lots
A
of
whole
pie.
lot of pie.
You think?
I would eat that much pumpkin pie.
Of
See,
course
Feed
you would.
all of the U.S.
Holy.
for Thanksgiving.
yeah, see?
That's a big
You weren't
pumpkin.
wrong with the my 600 pound.
Oh, okay, so there's it for you guys.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Very
just
nice.
Google, like, yeah, that's a big pumpkin.
Could you carve like a giant jack-o'-lantern out of that, do you think?
It looks
It would
like
be
it
pretty
might
droopy.
fall
Yeah.
apart. There's so many. It just looks like it's sagging.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna say what I think it looks like because it's bad.
I
Yeah.
love cottage cheese.
Oh.
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 Okay. Okay. So now, pumpkin pie. Yes, that would be great to make pumpkin pie.
sounds delicious.
That does sound so
Have you
good.
guys ever had? This is gonna sound so weird. Have you ever had Jamba Juice's pumpkin smoothie?
No.
It tastes like a pumpkin pie. They don't put like whole fruit or anything in it. It's
Okay.
basically like a pumpkin milkshake.
See, my big thing is pumpkin chocolate chip cookies.
Oh my god.
They're my
Yes.
favorite cookies
Okay.
in the entire world.
I ate a whole box of them to myself once.
They're so freaking good.
And they're so the ones from
Kira, I love you. By the way. Okay, sorry.
Ooh.
It does. This sounds so freaking good. I know, Kira. We wish you were here too. You should just get in your car and drive over. So.
But it wouldn't be Halloween by the time she gets here.
Yeah. So now we're just gonna go. I know it's kind of stupid and like feels like we're in elementary school. But we're gonna go around and say any family traditions for Halloween that we have.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
Themes.
Oh, so who wants to go first?
Not it.
I'll go.
Oh.
So there's a couple of family traditions depending on like which side of the family I'm with. For my mom's side of the family, she always this is the whitest Halloween family tradition you're ever gonna hear. But like she makes this sandwich out of like the Pillsbury pastry dough, and she like rolls it out into the shape of a snake, and she like puts all sorts of stuff in there and like bakes it, and we eat like the snake, and it's colored with like food coloring and everything, and the eyes on it are little olives.
Oh.
And then like the tongue is a pepper. It's really cute. So that's what I did when I was a really little kid, but like as I got older, I celebrate Samhain as a holiday because like I live with a bunch of witches. I'm a pagan myself, so like we do like spells and like things to honor the ancestors on that night, which is really fun. And more recently, I just like going out and getting trashed sometimes. Okay?
Don't we all?
But that's not socially acceptable.
Okay.
Okay, who wants to go next?
I'll go. So same thing with my family. I have actually never celebrated Dia de los Muertos in Mexico. My family, like my immediate family, doesn't celebrate it. I know some of my extended family celebrates it, so I'm definitely looking forward to being able to actually take part in that at some point. And then on my dad's side of the family, the white side, and my immediate family, well, my extended family, they're very like G-rated. they do like trunk or treat or trick or treat and just candies and cute little costumes, and that's about the extent of it. Some of my family members actually refuse to celebrate Halloween in any way, shape, or form.
That's lame.
They will literally watch Christmas movies on Halloween,
Ew!
which feels disrespectful.
The
Okay.
only Christmas movie you should be watching on Halloween is The
Nightmare
Nightmare
Before
Before
Christmas.
Christmas.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Or Krampus.
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 Yeah.
Side note, my apartments are called Campus Corner with a K, and I keep reading it as Krampus
Krampus
Corner.
Corner.
But anyways, and then my immediate family, we're all a bunch of spooky bitches. So we have grown up watching scary movies every day of our lives, not just for Halloween. We love dressing up. Any opportunity we can get to dress up and eat a whole lot of food and candy and junk food and have fun.
I can't wait till Halloween candy's 50% off tomorrow.
Yes.
The
And,
decorations.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Those are all year decorations.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so a lot of times for like Halloween or Dia de los Muertos here, my immediate family in the United States will go party with like other Latinos and we'll dance and eat food and wear costumes and all that kind of stuff. So
Wait, what did they say?
That's awesome. So Red said, me and my family like to burn fire, smoke weed, and drink.
Same.
That honestly sounds so nice. Welcome, Nabby.
I would love to smoke weed, but I'm afraid the trick-or-treaters would walk by the house.
Smell.
And be
Is
like,
that a skunk?
what is that? Like,
Mommy, what's that smell?
oh my god, like that news article where it's like they're putting edibles in your trick-or-treat
It's like, no,
bags.
girl.
No,
If
girl.
only.
If only,
I'll
Tell me
go
where-
trick or treating.
I'll go in different costumes several times.
Mustache.
Oh man.
Yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, that would be so nice to just burn fire and smoke and drink. What state do you live in? Is it like a
Illegal state?
illegal state?
About to get exposed.
Oh.
If it's not, it's fine.
Yeah.
This isn't either.
This is the safe
No.
space.
Oh, Alabama? That's awesome.
Okay.
Oh, I used to live
And
in
then-
Alabama.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Crimson Rose said, we have a big Halloween store where, sorry, I don't have my glasses on,
I can't see
where I
it.
like and it has all of the most creepy, scary decorations and costumes, accessories, clothes, and they're having a huge sale tomorrow.
Ooh.
I
We all
am
just
so
got
jealous.
So horny.
I know, we were all just like,
Snatch that up, girl.
Yes.
Send some my way.
Take what is yours.
yes.
Oh my god. I did go to the Salt Lake Cemetery one year during or around Halloween. You were there with me. We went with
Was
Christina.
it for Halloween?
Okay.
It was around Halloween.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. That was fun, and
Yeah.
there were some teenagers there, and we hid and we scared them.
We
and it
scared the crap out
It
of
was
them.
the best thing, especially because one of them, she was a teenage girl, and she was like on somebody's shoulders or something, or like piggyback
She
riding.
fell.
On something. She fell. We were like, oh, oops. Sorry. Oh, that was fun though.
Yeah. So, what about you? What are you doing Halloween with your family?
Well, I've got some younger siblings, so my parents usually take them trick-or-treating. I usually stay home and watch, scary movies and hand out candy, but really love Tim Burton films.
Who doesn't,
Oh.
honestly?
Gotta
you
go
don't-
for that goth
Losers.
aesthetic.
Yep.
I don't know, it's toss up between Edward Scissorhands and A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Edward Scissors
Oh, so great.
is pretty good.
I went to the Tim Burton Expo in Mexico City December 2 years ago.
Nice.
It was so cool.
I want to
That
go
sounds
so
lit.
bad. Don't they have it in Vegas?
I was gonna say it's in
Mhm, I
Vegas.
think so.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think it's only
Definitely
there
closer
until,
than
like,
Mexico
December.
City.
I mean, we could reasonably get there.
We could
Very
drive.
close.
Yeah.
Just small road trip.
It's a mini road trip.
Hello, JJ. Welcome.
Oh.
Hello, Lizzie.
Oh,
Welcome.
we're getting more people. Hey.
Hey.
y'all.
How y'all doing?
What are your traditions on Halloween?
Well, we're from Utah. We're in Utah right now.
Hmm.
Mhm.
That guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We
Oh.
are.
I was reading the chat.
Thanks for letting us know.
Unfortunately, we live in Utah.
Sadly.
We are freezing. Send help.
Yes.
We just barely got fucking adult beer. Actually, we don't have it yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Tomorrow.
Yes,
is when we get
tomorrow.
it. Yeah. They're dumping it all out.
I
The stuff in
know.
the liquor store. That's
It's
so wasteful.
You think
It's
they'd
annoying.
sell it
least-
to the other stores?
Yeah,
Give
like,
it
give
away
me
or
a keg.
something.
Yeah. Give me a keg.
Before I go into my traditions, I know that Crimson Rose said that Krampus, he loved that movie, which is pretty cool because the guy who
Did you
directed
just assume their gender?
Oh, no.
That was my bad. I meant-
Oh,
It's a joke.
Crimson said that was one of their favorite movies. Like they loved that movie, and the guy who directed Krampus actually directed Trick or Treat, which is also another awesome horror film. If anyone
Oh,
That is
nice.
a nice
hasn't
one.
seen it,
Is that the
check
one with
it out.
Sammy?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
The kid with like the pumpkin that's bit in half lollipop thing that he
Yeah.
just
Little mask.
it's an awesome film.
Yes.
He's supposed to be making a second one. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but this ain't a movie podcast.
Nice.
My family, we usually just, take my siblings trick or treating, have pizza. But now, I'm usually trying to find out a super haunted location to investigate, which I'm very sad I don't have anywhere this year. But, there's always next year. I was supposed to do Asylum 49 today. But
Oh, that would have been cool.
I had an experience in there.
Really?
Yeah, I'll have to talk about it a little bit later. But
You can break into
after
my
after the
ex's
traditions, I think we should just get into like some paranormal.
yeah, let's
stories
just
for a minute.
like
I
think
let's
that'd
just
be
like
cool.
chat.
Yeah.
If you want to just go ahead and break into my ex's house, it's super haunted.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk
Which
about
one?
it?
Wait,
Uh,
first, Crimson Rose said, my family has a Halloween party every Halloween. We drink and talk, and I hang out with my friends. And I will watch Halloween movies and ghost hunters, but I recently got into Halloween podcasts, so I have been listening to those more. And this Halloween.
Nice.
Yes. We watch a lot of ghost hunters and ghost adventures. I don't
That's
know.
the best show, honestly.
Oh, man.
It's so good.
There's a demon in here. Oh, but yeah.
Shout out to Ted Bundy's Ritual House.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Don't even get me started.
There was one episode of Ghost Hunters though where they went to the Goatman's Bridge. I don't know if any of you have ever seen this. And like one of their crew got like possessed or
Yep.
something.
Okay.
Like
And
on,
they
cam-
ended
on
up, like,
camera.
It was the guy's wife. It was actually Ghost Adventures. It was Jay's wife, and they actually ended up getting a divorce right after that episode.
Ooh.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Okay.
Was she that?
Ooh.
Was it because of that?
Yeah, that's what they said. They said it was like all because of that, and ever since then, like, I don't know, they don't talk. And she was like a DP on the show.
Oh my god.
And they don't do
Yikes.
anything anymore. Like, she's not even a part of the crew or anything.
Wow. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's nuts.
Nope.
Bye.
American Horror Story is awesome, by the way.
Yeah,
It
American Horror
is.
Story is so good. Coven is my favorite so far. I know that's so cliche, but I love Coven.
I don't know. I'm caught between Asylum, Coven, and Freak Show.
Okay, Asylum's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll give that to you. Yeah,
I loved Murder House. I thought
Murder House is good
amazing.
too. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Murder
It
House.
was good. It's
Yeah.
just not my favorite. Hotel though. Oof.
Oh,
I haven't started it yet. Don't spoil it. I'm so behind.
I'm just gonna let you know right now. Stay in it for Gaga, but other than that, you're gonna hate it.
oh yeah, I forgot she was in that season.
Hey, Mariah.
What up?
What's up?
Throw up the peace sign.
What's your traditions? You haven't
Yeah.
spoke on your traditions.
So I have a really big family, and we always get together, and we make Navajo tacos,
Nice.
but I didn't like them growing up for some reason. So I just, I know.
Soul crushing.
My fat ass heart.
Yeah. So I always just like drench them in honey butter.
Okay, that's the way to go with fried bread.
Yeah.
Can
So
have
that's
some.
that's what I did, and we would have all the kids dress up and take kids out trick or treating, and yeah, I have 12 nieces and nephews, so that's always, whew. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
You seem tired.
I am so tired. No,
No, we don't.
have we ever messed with an Ouija board?
no,
No.
I don't fuck with
No.
I
that.
have a fun story about a week
Oh,
ago, but
okay.
I'll wait.
I
No, it's story
rebuke.
time.
Okay.
Story time.
Does anyone have some holy water on them?
So this was actually 2 years ago on Halloween. It was Halloween night, and me and a couple friends and two siblings went to this haunted park up in Provo, and we decided to use a Ouija board. And at first I was just like, whatever, because I don't really use a Ouija board as a super like reliable piece of equipment, because I don't know if you guys have ever seen that YouTube video of the people using the Ouija board.
Mhm.
It was on one of these like brain shows, but it's this thing called the ideomotor effect, and it's where we as humans we only use 20% of our mind, so the rest of our mind can be like actually moving it. And I don't use it as a reliable piece of information.
Okay.
But that night was the only night where I actually believed a Ouija board, and I was terrified for my freaking life. But it was a cool experience. We were there, and we were using it at the park, and we had about 5 people total, 4 or 5, and we were all using it. We had our fingers on the planchette, and I asked who's there, and it started saying that it was a Utah Ute, like an Indian war chief.
Ooh.
But then it was saying its name was Mom. And at the time, I'll get into this a little bit later, but at the time I didn't know the significance behind the
I don't fuck with
name
native stuff.
Mom. And so I was like, who's Mom? And right when I asked who Mom was, it spelled out God, and every single light in the park shut off, and we were in the pitch black darkness, and it was terrifying. And right after that, the planchette started counting down. And then it started going Zio.
No, not him.
Yeah, and it was like that was the scariest thing because I've heard so many stories about that certain specific demon. I was like, oh my god, what the hell just happened?
Oof.
And literally a couple months later, my house ended up burning down.
Uh-oh.
Fully burned down.
I'm just gonna leave.
Bye.
Thank you.
Y'all playing
head
with
out.
that?
I head out.
And you are playing with that?
No, ma'am.
Jackson, if you're listening to this, you totally called it.
And so, like, a couple months later, I'm watching, Ghost Adventures. It was a new episode, and I'm in a hotel now because my house burned down. And I'm watching it, and they actually, like, got Zozo.
Ugh.
And they were like, another name for Zozo is Mom or Mama. And I was like,
Ugh.
I got goosebumps everywhere. And I was like, never again. I'm done.
I have goosebumps
Did you
right now.
get rid of the Ouija board?
Yeah, we ended up.
You have to salt and burn that.
This is really bad, but we gave it to someone who really wanted a Ouija board.
Oh, no.
You sent the back.
Oh, you're that guy.
Yeah.
Here,
Have
little
you
boy.
checked in on them?
They're still alive. Thank
Okay,
God.
Did their house burn down?
No, they're pretty good.
Oh,
They were like
For
super
now.
interested in the paranormal, so I'm pretty sure they can handle them.
Okay.
Yeah, for now, but.
I wonder if those will go on sale tomorrow.
Probably.
That would be cool. You can also make your own, which works really good too.
Nope, no.
True. Pick up your Ouija boards tomorrow,
No.
people.
Mm-mm,
How about
so
a
no.
Waluigi board?
Wow. Oh my god! When we get done, whenever that is, I have this Waluigi video to show everyone. But yeah, it'd be fun. We should talk about like what our favorite conspiracy theories are.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Epstein
Ooh.
did not kill himself.
There is breaking news on that, actually.
I know.
Yeah,
What's
like
the new news
shocker.
on that?
the examiner said it looks like a homicide.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Bill Clinton.
Was Reddit right all this time?
For
What?
once.
Wow.
No, that's crazy. I don't think he killed himself. I honestly don't. Like, why would you leave him alone, especially when he was on suicide watch? That's sketchy.
Mhm.
Money talks.
It does.
Well, now there's this other girl who's going to release names, and everyone's like, "Get a funeral ready."
Use the restroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wouldn't be
yes.
surprised if certain, not to get political, I wouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly, because he knew a lot of high-profile people.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if some powerful people are involved with that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Illuminati confirmed.
Exactly.
The Denver airport one's pretty great too, but we did an episode on that.
Yep, we did.
Speaking
Hey,
of
that's when all of our the overhead bins popped open.
Oh yeah.
That was
Oh.
a fun flight home.
Oh yeah.
who?
Always bad weather at the airport, but what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, speaking of conspiracies, Shane Dawson's palette is coming
Yes.
out tomorrow.
Oh my
Yes.
god, who's gonna pre-order that?
I'm so freaking broke, dude.
It's $52.
Oof.
Oh
Okay,
my
Yeah,
God.
it's $52.
Yeah,
until
that's
they
a lot
restock.
of money for most people.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off until the restock. Thank you.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, you're getting makeup now.
I was gonna get it for Kensley.
Oh, hi, Karen.
That's what my forehead says.
Yeah, I don't know if the video quality.
It just
His
looks like
forehead
you have a
says
rash.
Karen.
Yeah, it just looks like I have a restaurant.
It's
Yeah.
Ebola.
Oh,
What?
James Charles.
James Charles.
early stages of syphilis.
Oh.
Mm.
Sexy.
Yummy.
Yeah,
Yummy.
ooh, really love that for my boyfriend.
Yes. Are there any other topics you guys want us to go over? Maybe not.
I mean, I have so many topics going through my head right now.
We could really just talk forever about crap, but we don't want to bore you.
It would be fun.
Hey, I go to college. I listen to people say crap for hours every day.
That is true. And I mean, they do have the option to just stop listening. So
Yeah, this is also our Halloween party, so let's talk about shit.
Ouija
Okay.
boards.
Oh.
How do you decorate your house for Halloween?
So extra.
We will talk about Ouija boards when Devin comes back. He's in the restroom. But decorating our house for Halloween, I have yearly decorations hung up, like all this in my office. I just forgot Podbean. You can't see the video, but if you check on our Facebook, you can. So I have an office with a bunch of spooky stuff in it, and then I have just pictures of spooky icons. But yeah,
I mean, her place is basically like Halloween Town year
Yeah.
round.
my nickname is Spooky Bitch.
Have you seen that meme where it's like, if you were obsessed with Halloween Town as a child, you're gay now? I don't
Yeah.
make the rules.
Accurate.
I don't make the rules, I just enforce them.
Accurate for four of us here.
Yeah. Whoops.
Whoops.
I don't know about Devin, but
Hey, Devin.
Hello? Oh my God.
Wow. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Devin has a really cool Ouija story. We just went over it, but his. Oh yeah, it's true for you. Yeah, Halloween's just. It's too cool to only have up once a year, so.
I do have this fun story about Halloween decorations.
Ooh, yes.
So, I work for Kroger, and my coworker brought in like an inflatable yard Frankenstein, like you put in your front yard, and she had it in her office.
oh,
This thing took up her whole office and was scraping on the ceiling. It
oh,
was so loud.
that reminds me. I grew up within kind of like a Halloween Town environment, so now that I move around every 5 minutes, I don't carry decorations with me. But growing up, we had like a basement like theater room, and my dad filled it with Halloween decorations, movie memorabilia, that sort of thing. We had like a crypt keeper and different Looney Tunes characters and all sorts of fun stuff. A skeleton, of course. But the pièce de resistance was we had a 7-foot Frankenstein, maybe close to 8 feet. I can't remember because I was like 8. But we named him Frankie, and we would dress him up for the different holidays throughout the year. And he was just always there.
I like that.
Yeah, I miss him.
My roommates put up a tree. It's like a black Christmas tree with Halloween decorations all over it.
That's cool.
I know, and we're gonna keep it up until after Christmas. It's our Christmas tree too.
Got a
Down
nice
for that.
purple witch hat as a star.